Now, Lutger said that they identified the MX system on the Hanover Trade Show. And that's what we're here right now at Hanover Trade Show. So news from Hanover make it all the way to a cabinet. Now, Martin, let's put some pressure on your shoulders, because now you got 4 minutes time to tell anybody out there about the new analog terminals. Oh, the buzzword is already out. We're talking about analog terminals. This doesn't sound new and fancy, to be honest. So why do we sit here and talk about analog terminals at all?
Yeah, you're right. Analog inputs, 10 volt, 20 milliampere inputs are common standard since decades in the industrial automation. They are eye and ear of the controller to see what happens in the machine. And so it was necessary since the 1980s. The new thing is that we have here is that we combine now all the standard interfaces that we have all up to this time in 6 different terminals now in this multi-interface terminal. And so this is very good for all customers. The one they prefer to have single interface terminal, and the other they prefer this multi-interface terminal, so you have not so much on stock, and it's cheaper also.
Isn't that the same story we had yesterday with Armin with the EP boxes?
Yeah, exactly. So we like to give these features to all customers, to the IP20 customers in the cabinet and in the IP67 outside, to have both worlds, single interface and multi-interface.
Okay, so what old-fashioned interfaces are then finally really available? So what analog signals can we actually measure?
Yeah, so we have presented the first one on the last fair last year, and they are already in shipping state. Okay. And all our family of the analog inputs, 37 family, they are already available. And with the analog outputs, which got a lot of good output diagnosis also, they are finished in, let me say, some weeks.
Okay, so it's not just combining different signals into one module versus several ones, it's also enhancing the features. So what are the enhancements then? Are there any other new things integrated?
Yeah, for me as an engineer, the most interesting thing is that we have now floating point calculation inside of all of our analog modules, and that is an absolute nice feature for every engineer who is working with analog inputs, because you don't have to remember the magic Beckhoff number 32767 anymore to calculate from init values to the voltage or the amps, so you can directly see it in your PLC, in TwinCut, in every EtherCAD master. You can directly see the floating point values, so that makes it so easy to start with any analog value in the machine.
You know, I'm not the big TwinCut thing, to be honest, the expert, but I know that this hexadecimal conversion is really annoying.
But this time is over now.
It's over. But it's still possible. So the customer would like to calculate it back and forth, like you can do it, but the other ones can do it different.
Yeah, we have so many customers who have written their code, and this is based on integer values. And of course, these modern families, they are compatible with this old code. You can change the settings, and then you have an integer PDO, as you know it from the last years.
Now, if I would be a customer, I would, of course, appreciate that, but I would also be a bit scared because now we replace a lot of existing terminals with a new one. So what happened with my existing portfolio?
Nothing, because all of these terminals are still available also for the next years, the old one and the new one, so you can select from this portfolio whatever you want. We can cover everything.
All right, perfect. So we can cover everything. We have a new one. More flexible, cost saving, stock savings, more features, no calculation anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the challenge. Now give Martin a good start and implement the new terminal on your machine. Now, thank you, Martin.